3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1130. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting the subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome, and thank you very much for your support in helping me reach 300 subscribers at the time that this video has been uploaded, as well as your presence during this reading. So I want to start with the number 111 and how that could be significant for somebody. This could be confirmation that this reading is meant for you. With interpreting the number 1130, number 1 is about having trust and faith in yourself, your intuition, and your strength. It can also be about having more trust and faith in the universe. You may be being called to have more trust and faith in yourself, the universe, or both, to help you feel more grounded and more confident. Maybe there are some certain feelings that you're having right now, and you're trying to discern if these feelings are coming from your intuition or your fear. And when it comes to discerning this, I believe that it's very important to pay attention to how these feelings actually make you feel. Do they make you feel confident? If so, I feel that is likely your intuition. Or do they make you feel scared or safe, or have something to do with your sense of safety, security, or stability? If so, I feel that that is your fear. And if you realize you are experiencing fear right now, and not getting intuitive insight, I feel it's really important to pay attention to this fear and reflect on what it's trying to tell you. Is it trying to limit you and you're afraid of what you don't know? Or is it genuinely trying to protect you and you know that something here is messing with your sense of safety and security and stability? It's not, quote, in your head or anything. It's very, very real. Yeah. Think about what this fear is trying to tell you if that's what you're feeling. But if it's your intuition, I feel like you should know what to do with these intuitive feelings. I feel called to emphasize, how could you have more faith right now? How could you believe in your strength more and what the universe is capable of? Do you believe in your ability to connect with and communicate with the universe, your spirit guides, whatever higher power you believe in? That question is coming through for some reason. Maybe it's important for you to reflect on this sense of distrust for your own faith, or even just exploring beliefs outside of your own that you may or may not align with, or be curious about to see if you align with. There could be something significant about the Vatican, which is in Italy, and I believe it has something to do with the Catholic Church. So maybe you're curious about Catholicism, or there's something about that specific location for you. There are 2 ones in 1,130, so this is a fairly significant message to have trust and faith in yourself and maybe even the universe. Moving on to the number 3, this is about communication, self-expression, using your voice. This number 3 could be confirmation for somebody to communicate more with their spirit guides, the universe. As I said, whatever higher power you believe in, God, Allah, whatever aligns with and works for you. I believe that we all, well, not all of us feel called to a certain religion, of course, but those of us who do, I believe that we do, or you all do, because there's a truth in this religion. Just as much that there may be lies, too. I believe that with these religions, we are supposed to discern what aligns with our intuition. And discern what is not real. What aligns with our fear. Can you tell the difference between when a belief is trying to control you or empower you? And these don't have to be religious beliefs. They certainly can be, but they don't have to be. The number 3 can also be about healing and growing and being committed to this sort of journey, so that way you are able to commit to anyone or anything else outside of you that means a lot to you. I think if you pursue relationships or situations that mean a lot to you, it's very important that you mean a lot to yourself first, that you really, really value yourself first and foremost, because when we put other people or situations before us, it's easier to be taken advantage of or mistreated. So maybe this could be an opportunity for somebody to build a stronger relationship with themselves. This communication, using your voice, doesn't have to just be in a spiritual way. It can also be between you and yourself in the relationship that you have with yourself, or in a relationship with another person, or speaking in front of a group of people. Some way or another, there is a call here for somebody to use their voice and to express themselves and to connect with others or a higher power, or both, you know. Use your voice however you feel called to in the spirit of the number 1. Trust and have faith in yourself. And if you feel called to communicate with a higher power, have trust and faith in that higher power. The reason why I align more with spiritual mysticism than any religion is because it's, in my opinion, it's like having an objective point of view when it comes to, you know, being curious about a higher power. There are certain truths that we can't change that I believe that spiritual mysticism has, and like any religion, lies are definitely spread in the spiritual community. That's just how I feel, because I believe that spirituality can help, you know, build a bridge between other religions, and, you know, help us be more united and become more aware about what is really out there. I guess in the ethereal realm, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. But moving on to the number 0, this number can be about recurring themes or patterns. I know in a recent reading for somebody, these were happening in your dreams, these patterns or these themes, and that was very important for you to pay attention to those patterns. But no matter where these patterns or these themes are coming from, this is a call for you to pay attention and to connect the dots. These patterns, like I already said, they can show up in your dreams, they can show up in the form of spiritual communication, or in your past experiences, the way that things align. If you're noticing something, pay attention. Especially if it's spiritual communication, I want to say. But that's for those of you who genuinely feel called to communicate more with a higher power. The number 0 can also be a reminder or confirmation to really know when to put yourself first. These recurring patterns or themes can be about experiences that you've had that are really important to reflect on to help you learn how to love and respect yourself more, how to value yourself more, and really see yourself for who you truly are, not just for your light and your strengths, or just for your weakness and your darkness, but both. Your strengths and your weaknesses, your light and your dark. Now I'm being reminded of the yin and yang, and how in a recent reading I said something along the lines of an overwhelming feeling of light. Pay attention to the little bit of darkness to help you feel grounded. And in an overwhelming sense of darkness, pay attention to the little bit of light to help you maintain hope and faith. There's really something here about your perspective, and it being really important to focus on the right thing depending on whether your situation feels really good or really bad. The number 0, I forgot to mention, the recurring patterns or themes can also be a certain way of thinking or feeling or believing, and there could be an opportunity to heal in a way that shifts these patterns. More often than not, when I sneeze, it's always 3 times. But when I sneeze in a reading, that's a sign of blessings. And I believe we all have the potential to receive more blessings in our lives. It's just a matter of whether we're willing to see it, or to manifest or create them. But adding up these numbers now, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 3 is 7. Wait a minute. Yeah. No. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. And plus 0, of course, that's still 5. Which is about change and transformation. So maybe there's a significant way that you feel called to change as a person, or there are some significant changes that you feel called to make in your life. And this number 5 is just here to confirm those changes for you, especially the positive ones. Overall, this number 1130 has been a lot about having trust and faith in yourself, communicating with a higher power, or just communicating or using your voice in some way. Maybe there's even an opportunity here for you to heal and to grow, and know that there is a call here for somebody to really pay attention to some patterns, some themes, to help you learn how to put yourself first, or, for some other reason. So you may have noticed that this index card here says the word mirror. And this can be interpreted in many ways, I feel like. But I am feeling connected to the word specchio, which means mirror in Italian. No matter what this word means to you, your ancestors in particular are here to reinforce whatever message resonates for you with this idea of a mirror. What I'm picking up on is that this could be about, taking a look at yourself in the mirror so you can see yourself who you truly are, and really be honest with yourself about what is being reflected back to you, whether you need to be more honest about your strengths and more honest about your weaknesses. There is a call here for someone to be more honest with themselves. And there could be another person that you see yourself in, or a situation that somehow reminds you of yourself. There could even be signs or messages that are reflecting something back to you that already exists within you, as if your intuition is already telling you something, and these signs are trying to confirm these feelings, these intuitive feelings. And I saw the number 543 on the timer. And it's a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. If you are seeing these signs, these messages, these patterns, to confirm something for you, trust that that is happening for a reason. I'm going to set this card off to the side. Move on to the Magical Dogs Tarot here with these tarot cards. I'm going to draw just one of these cards. And these here are just box of cards that I made myself that I'm going to draw from later. I don't know if I already said it, but I'm only going to draw one of these cards, these tarot cards. See what comes through. Alright. I have the Page of Swords. This deck, it calls it the Sky Puppy. I'm going to put this mirror card up here. I'm going to put it up higher. The Page of Swords, upright. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to read from the guidebook for this. Often, I just read tarot cards intuitively. But for this one, I feel called to read from the guidebook. So let me just find the page that this is on. Fire, water, swords. Okay. So I think they're at the end. Yeah. Okay. So the Page of Swords, upright. Let me go ahead and just read what this says. It says, the Sky Puppy, or Hungarian Pony, which I believe is the dog in this picture, launches herself airborne atop the high, rigged cliffs under the bright blue sky. A breed known for its warning bark, her yapping echoes wide above the wide lands below. A rambunctious whelp, she runs and plays, leaping from one ledge to the next, picking up dust and rocks in her mad romp. Neither the strong gusting winds nor the dizzying heights deter her from this game. Her enthusiasm for adventure soars as high as the clouds. She has an astute intellect to match her agile body. Energetic and inquisitive, her sharp mind records all the sights, sounds, and smells of the Sky Pack's domain. And the reason why it refers to Sky Pack is because in this deck, there's the Sea Pack, which, represents a water, Fire Pack, which obviously represents fire. It's, just a pack of dogs, just to match the theme of the cards. So yeah, there's really something here about connecting with the energy of air. Maybe there's something here about the sky or the winds or high mountains outside. For the part that says pause for thought, for upright, it says you're thinking all about your plans for the future. Being full of ideas and energy can create its own challenges. You're ready to put everything in motion and express new ideas, excited to take your place in the sun. A sharp wit and quick thinking may help make up for a lack of experience. And the key words are new ideas, curiosity, agility, communicative, enthusiasm, inquisitive, restless, and quick thinking. And the key word that stood out to me is communicative, because we already talked about communication. So maybe with an idea or a project that you have in mind, communication could be very, very important here. No matter what, it does feel like there's an opportunity, a situation, or a relationship that you are feeling very excited and eager about. Maybe even inspired. But I do feel called to tell somebody to be aware of your own ego, because I believe in reverse. It can be, about arrogance. In the book it says, be careful not to act without thinking. You need to pay close attention while you're planning and be sure to think ahead. Also, don't be afraid to ask your mentors for help with understanding the reason for doing things a certain way. You feel the need to buck established procedures, pick and choose your battles. Keywords, jumping ahead, scattered thoughts, challenging the status quo, and action without thought. What's really standing out to me here is the phrase to think before you speak, or think before you do. Let's go ahead and start wrapping up this reading by drawing out a couple of cards from the box that I showed you earlier. The first one that I have has the number 666 on it, and the number 6 is encouragement for you to make sure that you're choosing to love and care for yourself rather than hating and destroying yourself. It says, do not deprive your soul of adventure and joy. That is so fitting, because you can really see in this Sky Puppy card that this puppy is ready for an adventure. There's definitely joy and excitement in this. It says you deserve to love again. You deserve to live again, to feel again. There's also a little bit of a heart here. So it does feel like this eagerness is completely okay. But, it doesn't, for someone in particular, this feels like it won't resonate for most people. But don't move too fast. I'm going to take that if it resonates. It does feel like whatever this opportunity is that you're feeling excited and eager about, it feels like this is your green light to go ahead and embrace this opportunity. Yep. For the last card, we have Give Yourself What You Deserve, and there's the number 222 and 555. And the number 2 can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation that is on your mind right now. It feels like it's just more confirmation to embrace some sort of connection, whether it's with another person, it's a spiritual connection, like with a spirit guide or something, or if you're just feeling connected to some sort of idea or project. There is confirmation here for this connection. It's very clear, very, very clear. And we already talked about the number 5 earlier, which is about change, transformation. So I feel called to say that if there are any changes that will allow you to give more to yourself, to respect your worth and what you deserve, take this opportunity. Like I said before, this reading really does feel like a green light for somebody to move forward with something or someone that allows you to love and to live and to feel. There's an opportunity to explore, maybe even to really connect with your inner child or your younger self. And it's okay to honor this opportunity. And also, be mindful of where you see yourself, whether it's in a literal mirror, another person, another situation. Something is being reflected back to you that already exists within you, or really connects with who you really are.